and totally redeem yourself.
Indie Radio KWSS.
KWSS has been playing these random old movie clips, and I didn't recognize that one, but they had one that I heard yesterday that had me straight up giggling because it was like one from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and I absolutely love that movie, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I remember watching that with my daughter Allison. I don't know, she was probably 15, I'm thinking, and she just thought it was stupid. She didn't get it at all. Oh, look at those arrows. It looks like I'm going the wrong direction. Well, that's what they get for having 90-degree parking and not 45-degree parking. Because 45-degree parking makes it clear that you're supposed to go in and out one specific direction in a parking lot. 90-degree parking implies that you can go in and out whatever way you want. And hey, look, the sign is readable this way, so or should I maybe go this way? Alright, that guy on the left asked me for a cigarette. I don't know where that became socially acceptable to just ask strangers for cigarettes. Like, my general answer to somebody asking me for a cigarette is, no, I can't afford that. And it sounds like you can't either, dumbass. All right, so it's still Wednesday, June 28th, 10:34 a.m. I got a guy in front of me driving 10 miles an hour on Mitchell, which is neither reasonable nor prudent. If you don't know where you're at, pull the fuck over and consult a map, dude. So I'm not sure how much one could make sense from my one-sided conversation with Rob, most of which I think I recorded, and that guy, after that, doesn't come to a full and complete stop and turn left without a signal. All right, you're a certified Phoenix driver, dude. God, I'm almost thinking like today would be a good day to renew my Circle K Sip and Save. Like all the stupid things I should be spending money on right now, right? But I mean, I've been spending money on fountain drinks. Of course, the bright side of not having the Circle K Sip and Save is that I've been spending money on fountain drinks, and I've been going to places with better soda fountains and better prices on the individual drinks. Not the same thing, by the way. QT for the better soda fountain, even though I know it's going to be more expensive there. And it always feels worth it because it's just so much nicer at QT. Or 7-Eleven, kind of hit and miss on the quality of soda fountains at 7-Eleven, although they generally tend to be better than Circle K, because Circle K has managed to set such a low bar for that. But yeah, like I've got the 7-Eleven app, and I think right now it's like 79 cents for a 32-ounce Big Gulp at 7-Eleven with the app, which is that works for me. That's a good reasonable price for me. Yeah, they went to yesterday. I remember I went to 7-Eleven and I got. And I think this might be an exclusive flavor with the 7-Eleven soda fountains. Oh, that guy just decided he's going into that lane. All right, another certified crappy-ass Phoenix driver. So, yeah, it's the Nestea Brisk blood orange flavored tea. That stuff is so good. This is like 107 by the time I went and got that drink at 7-Eleven. And, yeah, it was like 107 degrees. By the time it's that hot, I don't really want soda. I need something a little more thirst quenching than that. And that blood orange tea just, oh my God, that hits the spot. That totally hit the spot. So I'm going to Rob's next to get my driver's license. I think after that I'm headed to Social Security. I want to talk about what happened with Social Security over the phone because that was fucking ridiculous. But anyway, I didn't really spend hardly any time with the benefits specialist. Oh shit, that reminds me. I was supposed to have the benefits specialist try to help me sign up for unemployment and food stamp benefits. I forgot about that. I just got started on the Social Security thing, which is separate. Social Security is through Social Security, whereas EBT SNAP benefits and unemployment, I think, are both through DES, Arizona DES. But I forgot about that. So, of course, I didn't mention it, and they didn't ask me about it. Anyway, it's getting hot in the car because this is just a stupid place for me to be sitting talking to myself. But I got enough cash. I'm going to go in and get some food at Del Taco because I'm starting to get hunger pains already, and I badly tend to forget to eat. And like not eating until I start to physically hurt is certainly not healthy. So I need to do a little less of that. But right now I'm on. That was one thing that was good for me with Amazon is it kind of gave me a structure, with going to work every day at 7 and then 3 different breaks at specific times. And I had a certain amount of food I ate on each of those breaks. And then I almost always got my deep fried burrito from the food truck at 5:30 a.m. on the way out. And just being in that routine, it was good at ensuring that I ate when I'm supposed to, because I do tend to forget to eat. And I'm back. That was kind of time consuming, but I did manage to get one of the free food deals that Del Taco keeps sending me text messages about. Man, they make that. They send those text messages and it seems like it'd be so easy. Like, oh, come in, free food every day, blah, 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 month of free. I don't know, let me see the text messages. It's crazy how many text messages I get from Del Taco. Yeah, look at that. Summer, I don't know if y'all can see that, but summer of free. Summer of free. Kick off summer with free item every day. Yeah, it's so awkward and difficult to get those stuff. Like I had to reinstall the app, and then I had to do the whole password recovery thing, and then and I didn't see that, like that summer of free stuff. Did not see it anywhere in the app. Now the app, when you install it now, it's got this whole new crazy tutorial thing that wasn't very obvious to me at first what it was indicating. Like it had this pop-up that said, to see your points, click here, and I thought that meant click here, like where the word here is. But like there was this subtle line, a small line from where it says here, directing to like a little circle to somewhere else in the app. Gal pumping gas is cute. But anyway, I ended up figuring it out, but man, it's amazing how tedious it is. Did I say the time? It's still Wednesday, June 28th. It's 10:59 a.m. It's going to be interesting when I go back and do the, I don't think that's how you're supposed to use a right turn lane, dude, in an oversized blue truck. Right turn lanes are confusing. To be fair, that right turn lane is confusing. Old Lifewell building still sitting. No, it's not sitting empty. There's somebody going into the back end of it, in the back door. That's interesting. So there's a Lifewell sign on it too. Forgot to put my sunshade in at Del Taco. Definitely underestimated how long it would take me to navigate their stupid app and the whole procedure to try to get, it seemed to me, if they're gonna text message you deals, especially since that text message included an image. I don't know if y'all can see it when I held my phone up there. It's bright enough I really can't see what's on my phone display, see what it's recording, but anyway, the text message, it's not just a text. Like there's a picture there with the summer of deals, like a, advertising banner kind of thing. And it would seem to me that because ultimately what I ended up with was a QR code on the app that the cashier scanned as a coupon, which was a real struggle for her because she's clearly not used to people doing it. So of course when I asked her for help, she had absolutely zero clue. She's like, yeah, I think you have to do that on the app, but she had no clue. And then when I presented her the app, when it said, when I finally got to the part of the app where it showed the thing, and what I ended up getting was a free combo burrito with the purchase of a Del Combo burrito, which is a great deal. I mean, those are they're like $4 and change. It's a pretty good sized burrito, beef and beans and cheese, and they normally come with like a red sauce, but they'll substitute that out with the green sauce, and I really like the green sauce at Del Taco. I mean, the $4 and change is a little pricey, but honestly, it's not a bad deal for the one. But to get two for that price, that gets me in that realm of more feasible than trying to eat at home kind of thing. Because I mean, how much is it going to cost me to drive all the way home to try to eat at home right now, right? Because I'm not at home. I'm at 3rd Street in McDowell. And I needed to get some food in me immediately because I was starting to get pains in my stomach. And the pains in my stomach were like, anyway, it's kind of rough trying to do this whole nonsense with the app, trying to get that deal. Sorry, I absolutely needed to eat that. Like, I was like physically in pain from not eating. I literally forget to eat. It's not a good thing. Where the hell was I? So, it's 11:02, by the way. There's the Taco Bell. They're open till like 3 in the morning at that Taco Bell with the drive-thru. I mean, I'm still really bothered by places that only serve in a drive-thru. I think the requirement to have a motor vehicle in order to order food is something that should be illegal. I mean, to me, that's just a very fucked up kind of discrimination. It is illegal in, I believe, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, of all places. But this time of day, I can use this exit, or this entrance. I'd use this exit if I was coming off the exit. Anyway, as I was saying, but yeah, I noticed the other day after I left the hospital with my daughter and we were dealing with her junk that was all strewn about on the ground. Shit, man, I totally should have come out on Thomas from Del Taco, because then I could have driven by to see if my daughter's car is still where she left it. But I had a pretty good talk with my case manager today at Lifewell, and just with her to just kind of remind me that I have my own issues and I really need to focus on my own issues. And yeah, like, she's your daughter, but she's an adult and she's making her choices. And I kind of explained to her like how she was about the food thing and how she was yelling at me to go get her soup. Like I could just magically, go get her soup there. She's like, well, I'm sure they're giving away food here someplace. And I told her it doesn't work that way. And I think somebody else in the clinic, the waiting room, told her it doesn't work that way too. But she just doesn't seem to, I don't know. And she starts yelling, oh, I'm really hungry, and blah, blah, blah. Bitch, if you're really hungry, why didn't you take that hamburger that I offered you? In my teeth, or blah, blah, blah. Suck on it until it dissolves. I know a formerly homeless guy that eats burgers all the time because he has no teeth. So if he can eat it with no teeth, you can eat it with most of your teeth, with all of your teeth except for one of them that's kind of cracked and hurting. You can do that. It's not that hard to eat a fucking burger. Anyway, I had a good talk with my case manager about just realizing that I need to focus on not, keeping myself together and keeping my life on track, and realizing that she's an adult, she's making her decisions. She does know my phone number without having her phone to call it, as evidenced by the fact that she called me from the hospital on their phone by dialing the number from them. So she either knows that number or she has it written down on something. But I think she told me she knows it, like she's memorized that number. Oh, and at one point my case manager asked me that number and I couldn't remember it. I actually had to look at my business card. Not good. Although, there's a gal that I follow, and she doesn't put a lot of vlogs up. Mostly she does little community posts. Middle-aged black woman, conservative. I can't think of her name. I'm not sure kind of how I got on her list, because I don't think I'm subscribed to her channel, but I get most of her community posts on YouTube and my feed. I can't think of her name. I love listening to her talk, though. She's former military, and it's just an absolute sweetheart. What can I say? I love middle-aged black women. But yeah, she's very articulate when she speaks, and every now and then, like, she'll just put these funny nostalgic posts in her community posts, and she's like, I try to remember what it said, but I think it was something along the lines of, if you can remember your childhood phone number, but you can't remember what you did yesterday, you are my people. And I was like, oh my God, that's... Because my childhood phone number was 3037. I didn't even put a comment in there. I'm like, yeah, I'm probably one of the few people in here old enough to have had a 4-digit childhood phone number. But yeah, no, my childhood phone number was... I remember both of my childhood phone number. Childhood phone number at Mom's place was 3037. Childhood phone number at my dad's place was 978-0575. And, both 4-digit numbers and 7-digit numbers, a thing of the past. But I remember those numbers, because back then you had to remember phone numbers. I do believe my daughter knows my phone number. And if she doesn't, I would hope to God she's resourceful enough to do a search for Dan the Karaoke Man, Phoenix, Arizona karaoke. Because if you Google that, you shouldn't have too much trouble finding my phone number. My phone number is a published number for a karaoke business that, while not particularly successful at the moment, is kind of legendary. I do say so myself. I had a woman at the bar that was hosting at the bar, and I went to... I just had to get out and sing for my mental health last night, but I went to the Dirty Drummer, and she, as she told me, she's like, she goes, yeah, she goes, you're legendary, because I have been hearing about you for years before I met you the other Saturday. And I was like, really? And now, of course, granted, like, she's the current host for karaoke at Gilligan's. So, of course she's going to hear stuff about me. I hosted there for like 13 years. But anyway, that felt pretty good. I had some pretty good chats with her last night. I had a good time singing. Damn near empty bar, but she had some kind of silly app, like a karaoke kamikaze request thing where you press a little button and it spins like a fake digital roulette wheel, and then it gives you a list, and they're spread out over different genres, and so you can just work down the list, and it did kind of suggest mainstream-ish songs. So the odds are, if you can't think of what you want to sing, there will be something in that list of roughly 10 songs that it generated that you're gonna be like, oh yeah, it's my jam. And then she told me I should sing some Bob Seger, and I'm thinking, are you really typecasting me? Old white man, sing Bob Seger? Because I am horribly offended by that. And I didn't say that, but boy, was I thinking it. There's one thing I can't stand that I get sick of as a karaoke host. It's old white men singing Bob Seger. Or should I be more specific? Old white men singing Turn the Page poorly by Bob Seger, because it's almost always that. Random old white guy always sings Turn the Page, sings it really, does a real mediocre job of it. It's like, and I look at that guy and I don't feel like he looks like me, but maybe he does. Anyway, if I was going to sing a Bob Seger song, and don't get me wrong, I don't hate on Bob Seger. I used to be a huge fan of Bob Seger. I still got a lot of room in my heart for Bob Seger. I don't believe that there is such a thing as a bad Bob Seger song. I'm just sick of hearing old white guys do Turn the Page in karaoke very poorly. That's what I'm sick of. And if I never hear the song Turn the Page again, that'd be just fine. But I can concede that Turn the Page is a decent song. But no, if I was going to sing a Bob Seger song, what I would probably sing is Night Moves. And then about halfway through the song, shift up the chorus to Looking for Some Nice Boobs. Because most of the time I'm looking for some nice boobs. Just saying. I think Bob Seger is too. I think Bob Seger could get with the nice boobs. I was going to sing another Bob Seger song. It would probably be Betty Lou's Getting Out Tonight. And I would bet the average person who thinks they like Bob Seger don't even know Betty Lou's Getting Out Tonight. But if you're not familiar with that song, that is a fucking jam. Just saying. It's just up-tempo kind of blues bass, rockin', stompin' rock and roller kind of song. And I kick ass on those kind of songs. And even though I haven't heard that song in years, I'm sure if the beat and the lyrics for Betty Lou's Getting Out Tonight, I would, assuming they even have it for karaoke, because I don't even know if I have it for karaoke, but I would rock that song, just saying. But anyway, so she does this random song set generator, and the thing that was at the top of the list is she's telling me, you should probably sing some Bob Seger. Are you serious right now? Well, you saw some gray in my beard, and I'm a white guy, so with long hair, so really, should I sing Turn the Page? The song that was at the top of the list was Just Lose It by Eminem. And so I was like, I looked at all the stuff on the list, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, top of the list. That's a great idea. Just Lose It by Eminem. And she just was just incredulous that I would do that. And while I was singing it, quite a few people came in from the patio and was watching. Like, it went from empty bar to suddenly all these people watching me do Eminem. And I even had somebody compliment on layers, like, dude, you were doing all the parts of the song that weren't on the screen. I'm like, well, I know the song. So I haven't heard it in a bit, but yeah, I know the song. So that's like Eminem in his prime. And I also heard some young Zoomer chick, and who looked like she was probably 21, 22, real cute, like light skin, mixed girl. I mean, that's my type. My God, if I could hook up with a 22-year-old mixed chick, I would be in heaven. Don't know how long I could make that last, but man, if that heaven was just for 3 hours, that'd be the 3 best hours of my fucking year. But anyway, but I did overhear her as I was doing the song saying, I've never heard this song before. And it's a sad world when people that are in their early 20s have never heard Just Lose It by Eminem before. So probably not going to hang here at Rob's shop very long. And ooh, yeah, the parking is tight as per always. But yay, he found my driver's license, and that is one huge load off my mind. KWSS playing some good music today. I don't have this in my collection, I don't think. I'm pretty sure this is Florence and the Machine, but I'm not 100% on that. I remember this song, though. I like this song.
Damn! Daniel, back at it again with the white van.
KWSS.
The hell was that? This cool jerk?
When you call me,
Oh, No, that sounded like a sample of Cool Jerk.
When you call me a hopeless alcoholic, I'm only hopeless at the 9.
I recognize this song, but I'm not placing it. All right, that guy's way to the right with his left turn signal on. He's lost. People really need to know where the fuck they're going and not do that. Just saying. And I got parked on the wrong side of the road. Alright, so it's still Wednesday. 11:53 a.m. Got my driver's license back in my pocket. I cannot believe I lost it in this parking lot there. That's just a scale of 1 to 10 stupid. That's a pretty solid 9. Alright, there's that spot on the right where Waymo, like twice, tried to get their car rear-ended by stopping where they really shouldn't have stopped. I did finally go to Waymo's website just to see if they were doing any hiring. And they're doing hiring, but it's those kind of jobs that I can't even wrap my head around the descriptions. Like, must be able to do blah, 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 and have a degree in blah, 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 and 4 years experience in data, blah, 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 data management, blah, 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 comprehensive synergy, blah, 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 blah. I guess these are real jobs, but you know, it's kind of funny that those are the jobs you're looking for with all these impossible fucking requirements. And nothing they want to train anybody to do. You know, and I think the best thing that I could possibly do for Waymo, but they're never going to describe the job that I would do. But the best thing I could do is go through their entire database for their driver on places that they think is a suitable place to stop and park and pick up or drop somebody off. I could literally go through that digital model map, whatever, however they have it. They'd have to show me how it's in their shit. I don't know how their computer works. But if somebody who is qualified to go through it could show, yeah, these are the places that the AI has decided that it's acceptable to park, this is where we should pick up and drop off people, I could go through that and from memory pick out all the spots where a Waymo driver should, nor any other driver should ever stop there unless it's an emergency situation. That is not an acceptable place to stop and pick up or drop off a passenger. And I could literally go through their entire map, their entire coverage area. I would say I could do probably 75% of it from memory, and the other 25% from just looking at Google Maps, Street View, like aerial view, and zooming in, and just go through and eliminate all these places that their software driver thinks is an acceptable place to stop, and mark it as you don't stop here. And then I could go through all of their places where they've got call requests, car requests. Because I've had times where I've requested like I've been in front of a Circle K or whatever, and I've requested a Waymo, and then it told me that it couldn't pick up there, and then it directed me to some just asinine location for to be picked up, and I could go through that and certainly like mark places where the car could navigate into and pick up people, so the app isn't telling people to walk from good, safe locations to not so good locations. I mean, one that really sticks in my mind, and I went ahead and rolled with it at the time, but the night that I met the old hooker, I met her, on trying to work the street corner there off 32nd and McDowell, and I I summoned a Waymo to the Burger King and picked us up right there at the Burger King. That was great. No issues with that at all. Now, Gay Denny's is 1 block north of their coverage area, so we couldn't take it from the Gay Denny's. But we got within a block of there, and then we walked up to Denny's, had a great meal at Denny's, and we were able to charge our phones at Denny's. And after leaving Denny's, we walked. Now it dropped us off in kind of a weird location, but I don't know. So the location it dropped us off was a parking lot in a everything is closed kind of office next to an office building. But I mean, it dropped us off like just right off of 7th Street. Now the route that it took to get to that parking spot was pretty sus, and I think I could go through, you know, the Waymo driver database and direct it to maybe not take those weird joyrides through parking lot that make security people nervous. I could probably do that. But speaking of Waymo drivers, there's 2 cars in front of me. Because yeah, it took a route that was sort of sus, and I'm sure it was probably security had noticed it, was probably making them wonder what the fuck a car is doing. Driving through that back part of the parking lot. Or it dropped us off was fine. But anyway, the real thing that was kind of crazy is when it came time for us to go back to my place. And of course we had to walk a block south from the Gay Denny's because they don't pick up there. But I walked 1 block south. I forget the name of the street. I want to say maybe Pearson, but whatever the next side street is, 1 block south of Camelback to the west of 7th Street. Just a little 1-lane side street. I want to say it's residential, but I don't think there's any residences right there. But at any rate, like, there's parking and safe places to pull over and stop and pick somebody up and drop somebody off on the side of the road. It's plenty wide, and there's sidewalks on both sides. So I mean, we could have safely stood there at the sidewalk where it's well lit at the corner between that street and 7th Street. And the car could have just pulled over on the, turned onto that side street, pulled up the side of the road, and could have hit the button and opened the doors and got in. Everything would have been fine. And for some reason, the computer thought that was an unacceptable place to pick us up and directed us to an area inside the closed office complex, and which was just kind of across the street on the east side of 7th Street, a little bit to the south. Same place, same general area where it dropped us off, but it was a little bit south of the place where it had dropped us off, near the front of this place. Mind you, it's directing us to the front of this place, but this place is closed. It's like 1 a.m. in the morning. In fact, it might have been closer to 2, maybe 3 in the morning. So, her and I walking over there looked suspicious as fuck, which is understandable. Oh wow, quite a homeless encampment going on underneath the overpass there to the left. I don't know if my video caught that, but yeah, it's quite a yikes how many homeless people in shopping carts and garbage and stuff are underneath the overpass there. That seems to be a place that homeless people are gravitating to now, because Phoenix PD ignores that because it's considered DPS jurisdiction. And DPS ignores that because they're worried about traffic on the freeway. They're not really worried about homeless people in the underpasses. It's like whack-a-mole with those people. It really is. So, anyway, so yeah, so we're walking. So security sees us walking from across the street, and of course, she looks sketchy, and I'm sure I look sketchy, and she's carrying an excessive amount of bullshit with her, So that's always that's never a good sign. And anyway, as we walked there, security rolled up on us really fast. Now, apparently I looked like I had enough purpose, and I was looking at a smartphone screen, so maybe you just assumed I was waiting for an Uber or a Waymo or whatever. Wow, that's a brand new traffic light pole there. Can you see the difference in it? That's the newest style now, right there where it says Grant, the one just directly to the north of me. The one on the left is brand new as well, for westbound Grant, the one for eastbound Grant, the one for southbound 7th Avenue. Those are the style that they put in mostly in the 1990s. And you can still see, if you look close, you can see the yellow paint coming through the faded green paint from when they used to be yellow. Yeah, those new ones, they're the super, super fat poles. Like, that's the standard now. Really good Road Guy Rob video that kind of explains that. It doesn't explain everything about it, it explains a portion of that. So, I don't know, I just find it interesting wherever I see these new ones going in, because they just look so different from the style of traffic, different styles of traffic lights that the city of Phoenix has used over the years. And I don't know, I just find them to be really obnoxious. But the Road Guy Rob video did give a really good explanation. One on the left there for southbound 7th Avenue for Jefferson. That's the style that they were putting up before the current style. And these are painted like the dark gray, because that's a color scheme they have for this part of downtown, as opposed to the current green. And then the one that's above me that I'm going into right now, that's the style that were put up in the 90s. And here you can see this whole traffic light here is all the not the newest style, because the newest style are these massive fat poles, but it's the style from before that. Oh shit, I should be turning left here. La la la, I just became that guy. Sorry, I get sidetracked looking at traffic light poles. I find that absolutely fascinating. And I would love to work like in the shop that puts those together. Like, that's a municipal job I think I'd do really well at. I'm very fascinated by it. I think I'd really get into it and do a good job, but they'd probably never hire me, and I don't even know where I'd find that job to apply to it. But anyway, back to Waymo. So apparently, like, the security guys like saw that I was looking at a phone and assumed we were probably waiting for some kind of ride share, and left us alone. Like, he rolled up on us real quick, but then he kind of left us alone and then kind of backed away. So that ended up being okay, but that could have just as easily gone completely sour. I mean, I've had within the last couple months 2 really bad run-ins with security guards, and ain't the right word. Those fools are not officers. But yeah, overzealous security guards. And that could have easily gone wrong, and that would have been a situation created by Waymo telling us to go to a place where people really shouldn't be trespassing at 3 o'clock in the morning. So, the place where I had summoned the vehicle from was on the place I summoned the vehicle from was a residential, well, not residential, but, a side street where we were on a public sidewalk easement where like, theoretically, nobody should fuck with us for standing there. It's a safe, well-lit place to wait for a ride, where the vehicle pulled us over and picked us up 100% on public property city easement. And the Waymo app directed us to private property. And I do feel like that's a problem. And I think that's a problem that if I could get a job with Waymo, if anybody works for Waymo, has connections with Waymo, put them in touch with me, that'd be great. This mentally ill autistic man would be the perfect guy for that job, to solve those problems with Waymo. God, I hope they don't stop me from bringing my burrito into the Social Security office. But yeah, I don't think I don't want to bring my paperwork in with me anyway. But anyway, yeah, I could go through their database and see these places where they're directing people to pick up, and then correct that in the algorithm for Waymo to where maybe if somebody, would direct people to wait at sidewalks that are safe for vehicles to pull off, and it would direct people away from private property that is dark at night, where security guards are going to presume that you're a trespasser that doesn't belong there, and is also going to consider the Waymo vehicle a trespasser that doesn't belong there. I feel I'd be uniquely qualified for a job doing that, but I didn't see anything on their list of job hired that looks like that job. And to be honest, they probably don't think they need somebody to do that, but I assure you they do.